Okay, good evening. How are we all doing tonight? Welcome to our... Oh, give me one quick second. Well, wasn't that just embarrassing? Uh, yeah, I figured that's what y'all will be saying when I'm leaving. No, for reference, it wasn't anything like that. It was merely a package from Amazon. All good. Anyway, so welcome to our Friday stream, our Friday drinks. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong button. Did I? Nah, it's all good. So today we are actually we're going to go back to Japan because we are um so the person who sponsored these streams obviously isn't it couldn't make it to yesterday's because he was asleep. A weak little. Regardless, so because he wasn't able to make it yesterday, today I thought we would go to a place that he favors a little bit more than So yeah, we are in Japan today, and so you know, let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. I will apologize ahead of time. I am incredibly hungover today. Still, and the blame lay solely in the persons of our the three shareholders of the Perispera Corporation and our regulator. If you guys remember yesterday, we talked about how we came to the proper enforcement protocol, and so afterwards, obviously, to make sure that everything's all right, we all had a drink. Unfortunately, it was over Zoom like thing. But that was still fine. But boy, can those people drink, especially our regulator. Wow, I don't think I've ever gone out for a drink with her, and like she literally just like destroyed the four of us. Wow. Anyway, oh wait, yeah. Where are we? Where are we? Why is it 10 o'clock? It can't be 10 o'clock in Toronto. Live weather. We are in Yokohama. Excellent. Okay, so we are in. Oh, live weather. Do you want live weather? Also, I don't know why we're still going up. Quickly, do you want live weather or not? No. Yes. Make up your mind. Yes. Okay. So, but you do realize live weather is gonna be this. Like, if there's fog, we won't be able to see your precious Japanese houses. Okay. Cool. And actually, I will say that I am a big fan of these sort of, I guess, like these post-war Western style houses. In terms of it being a very, very interesting and very effective way of modernizing the country, and we can talk about that a little bit. Let me just make sure I know where I'm going. We're going due south, and we wanted to actually fly across Tokyo into the north, and time permitting, we'll come back and we'll visit Mount Fuji. Okay. So we are going to go into. We're essentially going to take a detour like this. Because this bay is beautiful, and we're not going to go down to that island, but this bay is beautiful, so we're going to take a look along that. But first of all, before all that, how are we all doing tonight? Oh, excuse me. Okay, this is good. Who's control? Oh, oh, okay. I see. My trim is not as controllable, right? Hello? Okay, let's power up the engines. I've never flown this plane before, so I have no idea. Let's... Okay, we're good. Excellent. Now that we're all right. And I think, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the graphics are actually a lot better, and this is because I'm now streaming in 2K. Did I already talk about my 4K monitor? I feel like I did, so it's okay. We're good. I got a 4K monitor. Well, I mean, what else was I gonna do with all of them? Right? Like, it's, well, yeah. There's a macroeconomic issue I don't feel like touching now. Well, it's true. Wait, am I being... No, the autopilot is not on. So it should be working. Why is it not? Okay, so I can still turn. Okay, good. So we're going to go down and then back up and hit Tokyo. But yeah, let's do our drinks first. Who would like to start? Can we go? Can I ask our regulator to step in and regulate? Can we all go, like, not be kindergarteners and just like try to go one at a time? Flaps. Just to bring ourselves some height. Okay, good. Everything sorted? Okay, let's go. At this rate, we're gonna have to have a lottery because there's so many of you now that I can't even really, like, excuse me? I wonder if it's an air current issue, because the plane is like getting jilted around. Let's bring up the power, because I'm not getting any yeah, you're gonna have to give me one quick second. I'm not getting any power. I'm not getting any vertical speed. So I need to get this fixed first. Okay. It turns out it does listen to trim. Okay. Okay. Incorrect heading. Are you sure you're listening to my trim? Like, I'm at 30% up. Come on, guys. This plane does not want to control itself. No, it's okay, we got it. It's fine, don't worry, I'm an accomplished... Obviously, I'm not an accomplished pilot. I'm an accomplished armchair pilot. There we go. That's the right way to say it. Okay. Yeah, no, I think we're okay, actually. Okay, let's start with drinks before anything knocks us off course again. Why am I going that way? Can I not? Speaking of, Yokohama Harbor is very pretty. Of course, it all is reconstructed for obvious reasons. Let's bring the trim down. Excellent. I'm sorry I'm not responding to your drink. Just give me one quick second. Maybe we need to play something else instead of this. Why do you have really weird drinks every time? You can't... I don't believe that you would drink this on a day-to-day basis. That just, like... Doesn't that mess with your ability... Yes, I did just open something. Doesn't that mess with your ability to, like... function properly if your drink is so weird every day? That's a lot of vertical speed. I don't understand. It must be like something in the air, right? I can't imagine it being anything else. Regardless, yeah. for posterity's sake, today my friend has, I I'm not sure I can even say it because that's just bro. Okay, okay, okay. Um, raspberry beer with blueberry vodka, like mixed together. I assume it's mixed together. Like, did you do the whole like shaking and getting all the flavors sort of intermingled type thing? Like, you don't stir that; you have to shake it, I assume. Well, actually, that's an interesting point because when you shake it, you oxidize, right? And so that's why sometimes some drinks you prefer them to be shook, and some drinks you prefer them to be Oh, did I just? No, it's okay. We're good. Some drinks you prefer to shake them, and some drinks you prefer not to. Some drinks you prefer them to be stirred because once things start oxidizing, the taste changes. Right, and that's why our friend 007 always wants it shaken, not stirred. I think. Yeah, it's definitely not stirred, not shaken. It's definitely shaken, not stirred. Yeah, so it's important because that is how you can be pretentious, right? Because the taste profile is different. Honestly, I personally can't tell, but I can see why it would be, because it's actually, are these? Do we know if these wheels are fixed? They're fixed, right? Yeah, they're fixed. Yeah, biochemically it makes sense. Let's drop our speed a little. Simply because the oxidation will change how the chemicals themselves interact, and so if you shake something very vigorously, you're going to get rapid oxidization, and that'll have like very 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 big impact on. So yeah, I assume yours is shaken because otherwise, like, you can't just can you like pour one on top of the other, and then like it has this little like cute swirly effect. As an aside, sorry, before you answer that, are we sure that we want to continue with live weather? Because we can barely see anything. I mean, we can still see the city. The city is glorious, but like, it remains, underneath the clouds. Okay, cool. Anyway, so shaken, good, excellent. I don't know, man. Raspberry beer and blueberry vodka. That's strange. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, because you could make your own blueberry bitter, and then add it to. Yeah, that would give it like almost like a fizzy sangria like taste, right? Because I assume this is unsweetened. Because if you're gonna get it sweetened, then you might as well just like, ugh. One quick second. Yeah, okay. Oh no, that was just. I am. I do get messages, and some of them it's easier if I just respond right away. And this was one of them. We're cool? Okay, cool. Moving on. Next string. National Diet Building. Really? I didn't realize it was here, but I should have known, because this is, yeah, Central Tokyo. That's pretty. That's a nice drink. That's a nice drink. Yeah, I prefer all of my whiskey straight as well. Like, no temperature difference, no ice, no water, just straight up. Because I think to me, part of what makes whiskey nice and in some ways quite pretentious is that initial hit from when you smell, like when the alcohol hits you, like that smell even before you sip on it, right? And I mean, this is my personal preference, but I think that adding water or ice or any heat or anything like that tends to dilute the the flavor of that. Like it should be room temperature actually. I think it should be room temperature just so it's not warm as it enters your like when it the physical temperature of the liquid is not warm, and so therefore it doesn't detract from the taste buds. It's not too cold, so it doesn't freeze the taste buds. And then, like together with the very, very strong smell of the whiskey, you only then can you truly appreciate some of the types of smokiness that exist in it. Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good choice. I mean, not that I'm saying, it's dramatically better than raspberry beer. Um, no, I really am saying that. I love how dense this, but like low. It's it's dense, but in a low density kind of way, right? Like it's almost like it's mostly suburbs, and that's really interesting to me. It's nice. Yeah. Okay, what are we drinking next? Who's going next? I mean, there are like how many more people have we gotten? I was gonna say it ended at 50, but I think I've sent out like more than 50 NDAs now. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So the Discord itself. Okay, good. That's not a bad idea. Just quickly before we continue, just to our sponsor, are you sure you want to see look at it through the clouds? I know I'm being annoying, but really, like I think if it were me, I would probably appreciate it being less cloudy. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. Clear skies. Oh, clear skies means the winds have changed. The winds have changed. We need to down our power. Yeah, so essentially, I think what happened was there was a lot of wind that was keeping our plane sort of um, wind and air pressure was playing havoc with our plane, and so we are now in the process of reestablishing that. Let me just lower the trim or raise the trim technically. Still not, eh? Let's bring that up to like 11. No, 9. There we go. Okay, so we'll continue flying like this. Incorrect altimeter. Okay. So before, what amused me so very much before we went into this was that the regulator suggested to me that we should actually consider an alternate monetization method, which is have our boy Muses insult your drink. um, I do like how so many people are jumping on board of that. I'm not sure that it'll make for riveting conversation when all I'm doing is making fun of what you're drinking. But apparently, yeah, I don't know, man. Guys, boys and girls. Actually, I do want to point out that yeah, it seems like it's only the more annoying members in the channel that want this. So I don't know what that tells us about their state of mind. Yeah, we are doing a loop over Tokyo. Isn't it beautiful? I could very well sing to this. But no, we won't today because I'm extremely hungover. Like coincidentally, how are you not hungover? Like how are the four of you just fine? Because we must have gone through how many bottles? I know I personally went through like no, not three, two bottles of wine. So like that's a lot. That's a lot of ethanol in our systems. Lower the trim just a little. There we go. You guys are crazy. Like I thought I left that life behind me when I left Hong Kong, because like Chinese people drink. But no, no, that's not the case. Anyway, okay. I mean, if you guys really are interested in doing such a interesting Friday sponsored drinks insulting program, please talk to our regulator. She'll figure it out. Okay. Let's continue on our regularly properly sponsored thing, which is just commenting. So who else wants to comment? Oh right, we did have another drink. Yes, that's right. And I'm actually not sure. I've had Malbecs. I've never really come to appreciate them quite as much as, or quite being able to taste them as much as some of the others. I don't know. Like for me, Malbecs are like they're very much tannis infused, right? So they're very heavy, as opposed to something like a Pinot Noir, right? So it's always difficult for me. Like if I'm going to go for something heavy, I'll just like go for a nice old smoky whiskey, right? Like properly aged in a barrel, not fake aged in a bottle. And so coincidentally, it is a common misconception that old wine tastes better, because once it comes out of the barrel, it's no longer technically aging, right? Like, and that's why like if you have really old wine that's been sitting in a bottle for like 50-60 years, it's musky. Not Elon Musk, just like disgusting. Like it literally, it smells and has the taste of old basement, but on top of it there's a lot of very interesting stuff. And so I mean, I can see why old wine is worth a lot, but also I would personally never drink old wine. I know, like even with whiskey, actually, I think my upper limit is actually 30 years. Like any longer than that, and the barrel itself starts introducing, just like you're starting to extract different things from the barrel. And some people prefer that. That's perfectly fine. I don't, right? Like I feel like it's a little bit too how do we say, maybe I just don't know how to appreciate it, and that could very well be it. But to me, it's no longer about the taste of the whiskey, but no, it's never really, because it's like a lot of the aging process. You take on the characteristic of the wood of the barrel that you're using. But in the case of older than 30 years, I feel like that becomes predominant compared to everything else. Like I have had what I was told is legit like 50-75 year reserves, and you have to drink it and you have to appreciate it, and even if you don't appreciate it, you have to pretend that you do, because that's expensive, right? That's properly expensive stuff. No, they did not lie to me about it. No, if okay, if these guys lied about the quality of their whiskey, or no, let me rephrase this. If these guys were gonna lie to me about anything, it wouldn't be the quality of their whiskey, because that is not the most important portions of that relationship, right? Just one more message. Yeah, we're good. And coincidentally, just before we continue talking about whiskey, look at this line. I love these little artifacts because I don't know, I'm weird. But this line is essentially it tells you that the data, the Microsoft satellite data that the game was using, took pictures on 2 different days. Not just 2 different days, probably two different seasons, right? Because this is yellower, and you can see that a lot of it has been harvested, whereas the greener areas look like they're probably either just been harvested or still growing. Incidentally, a single golf like lane. That's cute, if a little irrelevant. Can you imagine like plowing through a business deal in a single lane? Actually, no, I can't. The quickest contract I signed was probably, how long did it take? Like 23 minutes, something like that. Again, for posterity's sake, the minute I mentioned the words quickest contract, I was in it. Like, there was just a whole set of insults that came at me. The one I like the most, that I will say is completely interesting, or not interesting nor topical, but like it's cute, is the one that claims that it was my signing away of my soul to the devil. It's cute. It's cute. We'll go with cute instead of any of the other words that I wanted to use. No. I'm not going to repeat any of those words, and you know it. So can we just like not do this to me in the future? But yeah, so I guess you could. If everyone went in knowing exactly what they want, if the contract is, short, if everything is concrete, then it's easy, right? Like in the case of the contract that I'm thinking of, it was barely, how long? It was barely like a page and a half. So like it was a very, very small or very short contract. How many words do you need to say I sell over my soul for eternity? Exactly that many. So that's why that wasn't the contract in which I sold my soul. In fact, I still have my soul. It's somewhere. If you ever manage to find it, do let me know. And yeah, this was obviously taken in the winter, right? You can see. Actually, what would happen if I now said snow? That's cute. Oh, okay. That's cute. No clouds. Remove all of the clouds. Ooh. Remove all of the clouds. That's cute. Look at that. Do we want to go back to Tokyo with the snow? We can do that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Let me just... Oh no, trim up a little bit more so that we don't crash into the ground. Very good. Yeah, exactly. So whenever we go around in a circle, we do in fact lose altitude. And that's simply just because we're not getting as much lift, right? When you're going in a circle, you see how our wings aren't balanced properly, and so you're not getting enough lift. And if you're not getting enough lift, obviously you're gonna lose altitude. That's just what happens. We were at 13 before. Stick to 13. And I can power down a little actually. Yeah, 44 sounds good. Yeah, so let's go back to Tokyo. A little bit left. And see how it looks like under the snow. Actually a lot more. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no more contracts. No, that's not the case. Yeah, so are we talking about green cell today? I really I really don't care enough about green cell to talk about it. It's just, financial engineering. That's great, but it's also not very relevant. Actually, it's quite relevant to the Star Wars story, the crossover that I was talking about yesterday. I just realized because if we want to make the Hutts even bigger bad guys, we can just have them have them sit in the middle of supply chain financing and then do exactly what Green Cell did. uh, how much worse bad guys can you be than sell sorry, no, than to give how are we saying this? Than to give loans that appear to be short-term loans, but that you are actually wanting to do as long-term loans, right? Like it's yeah, no. I mean, isn't that what everyone wants to do anyway? You want to borrow long-term and lend out in the short term, right? Am I right? I think so. If we go from first principles, right? You'd want to borrow long, lend short. No, if you're borrowing long. Wait. Yeah, no, what am I saying? Of course. No. This is embarrassing. Yeah, no, you want to borrow short and then lend long, right? Because then you're getting the interest rates. Because obviously long. Oh my god, can you stop making fun of me now? Guys, please. No, you're right. This is quite embarrassing. This is quite embarrassing, and really, I don't think it's quite that embarrassing. No, it's not that embarrassing. No. Okay, we can bet something else, and then if I lose, I can do that. The the consensus on the Discord was that because I've now embarrassed myself so sufficiently that I should just promote my channel globally wherever, so that people can come and see my embarrassment. No. I mean the YouTube channel isn't there. It's nothing is hidden. It's not my fault that nobody comes and looks at me being making a fool of myself. uh, I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't. Okay, hand to heart, I wouldn't mind if more people watched. Uh, do I need them to watch? No, obviously not. No, I don't. Right? Because I will 100% admit that I'm an extrovert, but that has nothing to do with people watching my YouTube, my streams, right? Like that's not the case. Yes, I know we got distracted from talking about drinks. I don't think we're gonna talk about drinks again today. Okay, I will take that bet. So the bet now has become, if we talk about drinks again today, then I guess I'll promote my channel and have people see how dumb I am. No, we're not going to talk about drinks. No, 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 no. No. And besides, we've already bet, so I'll remember. Don't worry. I well, I mean, partly the reason why I took that bet is because I'm not sure I'll remember, right? Like, I'm not gonna bet you a sure thing because there's no money on the line. If there were, sure, I would bet you a sure thing, 100%. Why not? But like this, nah, it's fine. It would be mean of me to only bet this kind of stuff on sure things, right? Because, well, I mean, it's both fairness and, I guess, how should I say, respect to my viewers. Well, some of you. Yeah, no, no, not him. No, no. Actually, is he here? I haven't seen him today. Not text him. Make sure. How can he not come to this? I don't know, whatever this is. This our weekly. What is this tradition thing? That. Yeah, for shame. And it's not like he's working. It's already 4. Imagine working at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it is 4 on the West Coast, right? Yeah, it is. 4. How dare they on the West Coast work till after 4 o'clock? Really? That's blasphemous. Actually, I will be honest. When I was running a startup there, in actually, I'm not gonna say the city name. I did actually get off at 4, but then I went back to work at 7 in the evening. It just it made more sense that way, cause like you have nice time with everyone, and then you go back to work, and then it doesn't matter, right? Like they all go get drunk, and I go back to the office or the lab. Yes, yeah. I don't know. It made sense to me. It should make sense to everyone, really. Hey, look, there's Mount Fuji in the distance. I think it must be Mount Fuji. Yeah, there. Isn't it beautiful? Well, somewhat. Hey, there he is. What's up, bro? Nice. Yeah, how dare you? We were just talking about it. Like, shouldn't you be, at pool parties? Well, I guess not quite yet, but like not working. That's right. That's right. Beg for forgiveness. That's the right way to do things. Actually, you know what? My boys in London should learn from this. Sometimes it's easier to just say you're sorry. Well, especially for making us come back to Japan over and over again. I mean, not that I don't like Japan. Oh, actually, we were going to talk about the buildings, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't remember what they were called. Let me look this up real quick. Japanese Danchi. Right. You know those like brutalist apartment buildings, semi-brutalist apartment buildings that have like 10 to 20 stories tall, and some of them have their stairways on the outside, that kind of stuff. That used to be like synonymous with sort of lower income housing. But in some ways it was quite revolutionary, right? Because it brought a lot of modernism to the country. Whereas if everyone were still living in the old-fashioned compounds with the multi-use rooms, then one oh, actually, let's look down there. That's one of them, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. I spilled my drink. That's okay. Oh, I didn't spill it. Excellent. Like those guys there, right? Yeah. And and yeah, really the idea was quite simple, right? Like you needed people to live close to urban centers because infrastructure was bad, and you also needed to redevelop the country because, of course, there was a lot of destruction, and so one of the better ways would be to both modernize the culture and modernize the country is to build these types of houses, and we do see that everywhere in the world as well, right? Like it's definitely a thing in China. It's by far a thing in Hong Kong for obvious reasons, and in a lot of the post-war construction, that's what you see. In fact, when I was in Germany in the big around the bigger cities, you would see that something akin to that. Not so much though, because there was a big population difference. But yeah, so the idea is, I would argue that partially it is these types of homes that not only industrialized Japan, but gave it the impetus to be much more creative, right? Like if we think back to the 70s and 80s, I mean, I wasn't alive, but but the Japanese industrial design, I would probably say hit its peak in the 70s, the 80s, maybe early 90s, and then by the year 2000, it was getting a little bit stagnant. Right, there are obviously demographic issues for it being stagnant, and we can go into that a different day. But in my mind, at least, it is that a generation of kids that grew up in these types of modern houses wanted to make their own lives better, and they knew exactly how to do so because they had grown up within it. Now, if the country had not done that, had not built all of these types of Western style houses with, like furniture fixed to the walls and like fixed use rooms, like living rooms, dining rooms, kitchens, etc. Like the moment you apply a certain category to a room, you can specialize that room, and once you specialize that room, you have this very good ability to create new class of, shall we say, luxury items that can go into this room, that can be fixed down in this room, and that you can then that economic development can revolve around, right? And I think that's very cool. I'm absolutely convinced of this, in fact. And yeah, exactly. The one example that was given in the chat was the washlet, right? Like the toilets that wash your bottom for you. I'm absolutely convinced that that's part of it, because and absolutely feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that before, these types of homes. Oh, give me 1 second, one quick call. No worries. No, I did not go to make use of my personal washlet. I actually don't even own one. But the point remains, and yes, I'm sorry, I got cut off. The point remains that that type of innovation is, I think, partly simply because of the new types of Western homes that were being developed in Japan, and that a generation of children that went into the workforce that became product designers in the 70s, the 80s, and the early 90s, they lived that life and they wanted that life to become even better, and so that's what they did, right? And this applies to all of Japanese society, I think. Like that there was, we don't generally talk about cars here, but definitely things like K cars, right? Like the light version of normal cars, and all of these things are very much a demonstration of flexibility in design and architecture as well. But yeah, it is quite amazing to me, and I do very much like it. Wait, you're drinking what? How so? Oh my. Please don't tell me you did that on purpose. Please tell me someone didn't put you up to it. Oh my god. You. I'm just gonna mute myself for just one moment. Okay, I'm done cursing. You hear me clap? Do you hear this clap? Well played. Well played. I'm very proud of you guys. Here I was trying to sound profound, talking about culture, about the human condition, and well, all right. Bet's a bet. I'm gonna. Okay, yes, I'm going to promote, but I'm gonna do it on my own time, and let's say I'm gonna start within the week, so that I can actually plan this out properly. Does that sound good? Oh, phew. Oh. Okay. Let me. What was it? Losing the bet at 40. Let's call it 46 minutes into the. You people are. I don't. I don't even know what to say to that. Who put you up to this? Can you tell me that? I mean, I'm gonna find out sooner or later, because I just, okay, first of all, I know that it'll be one of a few people, and I also know that they're not going to be able to resist bragging about this sometime in the near future. So I'm going to find out, so you might as well tell me. I mean, yeah, if you two want to discuss it first before you prefer it, then sure, go for it. I mean, I'm not exactly mad, obviously, because I'm in there is an idiom that I tend to like to use when I was running my startups. It's that if you are going to bet, you should accept defeat when defeat happens. It's a little easier to say in Chinese and more profound in Chinese, but the gist is, if you're gonna bet, you better accept the consequences of your bet, right? And I mean, whatever, I'll accept the consequences. Actually, having said that, you guys do know that if the channel is successful, that I'll have no more time to actually play with you lot like this. I'll have to cater to the greater public. Remember when we talked about how this channel functioned before, and the fact that there was basically no general audience and very little of the group 2, that up until now at least, most of the content was dictated by you lot in group 1. Well, that won't happen if the channel is successful, right? Exactly. So let's think about this. Did you think about this before you accepted the bet? No, I did not think about this before I accepted the bet. You're right. But you know, like it doesn't matter to me. Because really, at the end of the day, we're just in it for the conversation. Whether I'm having the conversation with you lot or with better educated and more handsome people, you know, it's fine with me, right? Well, it's true. It's true. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Oh, I should edit the title. And I lose the bet. Okay, there we go. There's nothing wrong with having I don't remember what my argument was. It's okay. Anyway, the point remains that if the channel becomes more popular, then obviously I'm gonna have to do this properly. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's all good. Well, if there are more of them, then there are also more people to insult me. Isn't that like something that you've been dreaming of anyway? Oh, you ready to tell me who it is? Yes. Who was it? No. You. That's it. We're not doing this in the snow anymore. You. I was so nice to you. Or okay, no, that's not true. I'm not very nice to you. That's true. Okay, I'll fine. I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Actually, no, that's not true. I saved you on that deal. I'm not gonna point out which one, but you know exactly which one I'm talking about. Yeah, yes, I did. Yes. Yes. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. We'll just leave it at that. We'll call it even. We'll call it even. Yes. Okay. No. It's all right. It's all right. We're just gonna continue as we have all the way until now, and we're just gonna continue as we will going forward. Having said that, just before I forget, if I do get since this is now a possibility. Well, it wasn't a possibility before because just because I put something for public viewing on YouTube doesn't mean anyone's ever gonna view it, right? Like, let's be completely honest. That's obviously like YouTube is so overwhelmed in content that nobody would look at my content, which is superficially really boring. But like, you know, it's there's some depth to it. Oh, I should. Yes, all my content is boring. Thank you very much. Let me. Superficial. My content is superficially boring. Let's call that 53. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, like that's why I never assumed that people would actually look at my content because it really like you can't I will never deny that my content is not superficially boring, right? Because it really is. I mean, it's just me playing obscure games and then talking to a bunch of people whose words don't show up on the screen, so people only hear half the conversation. Like, of course it's boring. And I would never expect anyone not to find it boring. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean that, you know, once I start promoting it, that it would remain so, right? Like once I start promoting it, maybe I'll put in a little bit more effort and actually try to be entertaining. Actually, I wouldn't even know how to be entertaining. How do you do entertaining? I don't know. I mean, I entertain you guys simply by existing, right? So, but there is a reason for that, and that's because we're friends. And so, I mean, yeah, most of us. Some of you I haven't gotten the chance to know properly. Well, actually, who? No, I know all of you properly. Oh no, it's in the latest batch of NDAs that I sent out that there was two people who are friends of friends. Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, the point stands, right? Like, if I'm going to do it properly, then maybe I'll have to do some not mass market, but like more targeted work, and some of that might be less interesting to you guys. I was waiting for someone to say that, and you guys did not disappoint. Yes, I know I'm not interesting at all. Thank you very much for saying that. No, 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 that's not gonna happen. No. Okay, so again, the point remains. We're going to, since I lost the bet, I am going to promote it. I'll think about how I do it. I'll think about how I do it. Like, I'm not just gonna buy advertisement space, right? Like, that's dumb. Something free. No, we never. No, 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 no. Free, free. Okay, because I never said we would have. Oh, Yoyogi. We talked about this before. That's Olympic Stadium. Um, sort of a nice summary of the post-war recovery of Japan. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It is um, built in like the 1960s, and so that's essentially 15 years after the start of Reconstruction. So it was one of those very powerful monuments to like the resurgence of Japan as a world power, right? And I think it's amazing. I'm honest. Like what was his name? What was his name? Oh my god. Tange Kenzo? Kenzo Tange? Yeah, Tange Kenzo. Yeah, yeah. Like one of the most, I guess some would call him a very like one of the most influential designers, right? Because he also did the Hiroshima Peace Museum, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Peace Center. Yes, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah. So Peace Memorial, not museum. And that's powerful stuff, right? Like, you wouldn't just get a random douchebag to do it. Just like they wouldn't bring me in to design a museum to the 2008 financial crisis, which was a tragedy, right? Like, that's not. It's not even about the subprime. It's about repackaging the subprime. Like, if you sold subprime as subprime and you put a proper interest rate on it, fine. But you sold subprime as safe, and that's not cool. Let's go down and see what it's like. Why not? Let's do it. Pop that, pop that. We're gonna have to do a little circle, because otherwise the plane will crash. Well, it will, because the airframe is only built to withstand a certain amount of airspeed, right? So if we don't like do a lower vertical, if we on the left side you look at airspeed, I think you can see airspeed. If our airspeed goes too high, then we will crash and we'll put too much pressure on the frame, and things will be wonderfully yucky. Look, we're there. See, we just had to do a single one. let me put up the flaps. Oh, see, the flaps took damage from airspeed. Well, it's okay. We're basically done anyway. So, like, if I crash the plane, I crash the plane. Oh no, I am actually going to crash the plane. See, what I wanted to talk about was the fact that it is a glass and concrete structure that's made to look like a tent, and that's very cool for me. And I realize that's nerdy as hell, but like it's a way of thinking that is particularly interesting, and it's also structurally very sound because it is following exactly the different kinds of forest lines that would exist if we had built this as oh yeah, we're gonna crash. There we go. Okay, with that having said, thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, you guys are jerks. But a bet is a bet. I will start. I will. Don't worry. I will. You know, if someone like finds out who I am because of this, I'm gonna blame you, and I'm gonna haunt you until the day that you die, and then I'll haunt you in the afterlife. Anyway, in conclusion, thank you very much for watching. Please download Firefox. Please don't do Chrome, and don't make friends with bastards. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.